Hello and welcome to Cockatude, Cockatoos with Attitude. I know I'm supposed to pet the big bird. Pet the big bird. Mm-hmm. Pat the mander. He's been good waiting for me to get everything done. But he's been hovering over here wanting to be petted, haven't you? Haven't you, big boy? He's been saying, come on, you old poop. Come on. Get over here and pet the mander. Cecil's been beating you up. Yeah. Haven't you, Cecil? He's the one that redesigns these so he can hold them. He bends the end of that toy so that it fits in his beak just right so he can beat you with it. Don't you? You redesign the toys, don't you, big boy? Mm-hmm. And you break off one end so there's a sharp end to hit me with. I know your game. Hey, Mander. Let's see, who do we have with us today? I keep gonna touch they have the
I
camera
can
thing.
read it to you. So hello and welcome to all of our viewers and especially to our chatters. Let's greet them. We have Richie Cockatoo here, Falcon Sue, Spirit Matter, Calvin Thurston, and Buktia Shar, and Jocelyn Triggle. So hello and welcome to all of you.
Hello. KK Bucket Boy. He was on the destruction team today trying to I have this plastic that you heat up and you can form it into a nice hard replacement for something that's broken. Well, unfortunately, he was chewing on that this morning. If he'd gotten through that, the chair would have fallen apart under me. I'm not sure I want you up there. Come on. Come on. Come on. You keep going over me, and lately that's not been a good thing because you've been giving me your opinion in watery form. Here.
Oh, is he again? Oh my.
He was over me again, yeah.
Cecil, you little nut.
He is in that case. He's a good boy, though. Thank you. Just don't piss him off, because then he'll show you his ire in a way you may not prefer. There he goes.
Oh, look at Majestic, Sugarbird, and Jasmine.
Jasmine was all fired up this morning, just singing away when I went to her cage.
Was he a jazzy jazzbird?
She was being all jazzy this morning.
All the jazz,
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
There's a movie I'd love to have, but you can't get it. And I don't do DVDs, and I think that's about the only way you can get that movie. What do you do? I don't have time to watch movies anyway. What are you doing? I certainly don't have time to put a DVD in. I just as soon reach for a floppy disk as a DVD. What are you doing over there? Huh?
Being pink.
I spent part of this morning. I wanted to get a video I've been doing that describes the new technique of dealing with AGM, which we can't do all of it in the US, but it does describe it. And I ran into Apple messing with things again. You'd think they were Microsoft, the way they keep changing things. So I had a, I was back with my computer geek mode trying to fix an issue. Figured out how to fix it. I basically have to buy a part so that when I close the laptop, the external monitor stays on. Good grief. They need to get rid of that guy at the top of Apple. He's great about making money, but he doesn't have a friggin' clue about creativity at all or creative people. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, you're pretty creative. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's been doing surprisingly better with the medicine.
Yesterday he was doing jungle sounds outside.
Yeah, he was. I think that there is if you catch it too late, I think there may be issues where actually the treatment may actually work against the bird. I mean, they're going to die anyway if they have advanced AGN, but I think that depending on which nerves get stimulated back first, if they're in the wrong order, it can cause problems. So I know of someone who just told me that they've been fighting for the life of an umbrella cockatoo and who had obvious AGN and it didn't it couldn't save his life. So
Hmm,
like what
that's
happened with
always sad.
Cause. Cause was too far gone, but these guys we caught them early on, so we should be okay.
Oh, look,
There's
somebody's spider birding. Our
there's snow
snowball.
or snowball. Yeah.
Mr. Not so easy to catch that you get a photo of him.
No,
And especially that kind of stunts would make awesome photos, wouldn't it?
yeah, almost always I'm doing something else where I can't take a photo at the time.
Mm-hmm.
As right now, a good example. But I could
So
probably
Rosebud
snap a
Atkins
photo.
is also here in chat. So hello and welcome. And Don, I think you can read the movie quote if you want to.
Once it goes around again. I mean, I think I know it, but I wanted to say it without missing something. It's a pretty simple one. Detective Beck, no one deserves to die like that. I don't care what the man's done. 10 to 1, no one's going to get this one unless they cheat. Um, that's okay. I mean, it becomes a way of life, you know. Uh-oh, someone forgot to put on his focus.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Eleanor.
Hello.
I made it. I was wrestling with the
Excellent.
little madam, but I'm here now.
Excellent.
Might not be easy to win that wrestling match.
No. Well, she's what the Victorians would call a spirited child. Or a willful child.
But my father would probably call it Tasmanian devil. If you remember the cartoon character.
Cecil, he makes me nervous after yesterday.
Yeah, well, you know, that's
The
life.
poop machine.
Yeah, he rains on my parade because he wants me to let him in here with Lorelei, but
So from Calvin Thurston, we have the first suggestion for the movie quote. Blade Runner.
no, excellent movie though. I got chewed out. A friend of mine I used to play chess with told me to go see that movie, so it was playing at a drive-in theater, so I went to see it there. And you don't want to see that movie because there's a lot of dark scenes in it. And I mean, they're fine, they're well done, but not for a move. I don't even think they have those anymore. But drive-in theaters, So I told him I didn't like it, and I told him where I saw it. He goes, "You don't see it in a drive-in theater. Go and watch it." I went to the theater and watched it, and I absolutely loved it. So I like
So
the
Falcon, Sue, and Rosebud say that they have no clue on the movie quote, but they will accept more hints.
okay. Let's see. Hints. I have to give a hint now, don't I? It came from outer space. Here's your hint. What are you doing?
So have we started talking about the cockatoo formerly known as Mango yet?
You must mean Solas.
Is it so? Is it Solas, not Solas?
Solas. With the
Solas.
accent on the last part, as it used to.
Solas.
If you go way back in like when the word was originally used, they accented the last syllable. Solas. Yeah, and the word we got from it today is the word solace in English. It meant a lot of different things in different languages, but all of them were positive.
Mm.
One of them was joy. So uh, he's a wild caught. I mean, I'm s- just by his behavior, you would assume wild caught because he does not want to be held. And what tipped me off, although I've not seen this behavior, apparently he will go back into his cage if you tell him to go home.
That's so
And
cute.
it is cute until you really think about it. And it took a couple of weeks for me to figure it out. He doesn't want to be touched so much. He'd rather go back in the cage than have you
Yeah,
come over. See, so that he's basically displaying his fear by going back into his cage.
Oh, that's a bit
Yeah,
sad.
poor
he
He
boy.
should
doesn't
talk to
show.
Sugar.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
don't
show
think.
any.
I'm
Go
sure
ahead.
Sugar can explain to him how nice it is to get petted just a little bit.
Well, he gets to see that, so he's watching it. He watches me go by with the birds coming out here and then going. And then there's times when I have to bring Snowball in to put his emu oil on his the pad of his foot, that kind of thing. So he sees me interacting with the birds and he sees how they like me. But and he's gotten good about taking food out of my hand. He doesn't get a treat unless he takes it out of my hand. So, but he's
Jocelyn Trickle has a movie suggestion.
mhm.
She says E.T.
Nope. That's a good guess. Let me think of another hit. Michael Nuri is in the movie. I picked someone most people won't know. So unless you watch daytime soaps, you wouldn't know Michael Nuri, although he's a good actor.
Is Romeo with us today?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
he's happy having a good old time in his cage. He came over to talk to me. He really doesn't want to come out.
Is he
Eh,
sculpting again?
hey, watch it. Just whack me on the head with the sharp end of that thing. What? The typical of you, isn't it? Eh, A nut. A nut. Um, so I spent a couple of weeks now just observing, filming, and watching him, and he goes into his protected space sometimes. Um, I'd say he's in that space about 10% of the time. When I first put that space up, he was about 95% in the protected space, which is just a couple of towels on one side of that cage. Um, he doesn't have enough room to move around, so the new cage will be here, according to Wayfair, will be here before Christmas. So he's going to go into the same kind of cage that KK is in. which is an
Falcon is asking Michael who.
Nuri. I'm not going to spell it for you because I don't want you to look it up.
Falcon already said she will not cheat.
Oh, okay. N
I
O
trust
U R
them.
I. Nouri. Well, we all cheat at times, but this is, and the worst time to cheat is when you're playing solitaire. If you do that, you're really in trouble. Um, but this isn't an easy one, so you may have to cheat eventually. It isn't an easy one. One of my favorite movies, in fact. Um, to get another guess, I've got another good clue. So I guess I can give this clue. It's hard to tell who the bad guy is because he isn't always a guy. And probably isn't one anyway. Um,
The only thing I can think of is Flashdance, but it's not that, is it?
no. Mm-mm.
It's like the only thing that I know he was in.
Yeah, it's not an actor you'd expect. And little clue is the movie got great reviews and didn't get much play. So it made back what they put into it. I mean, everybody got paid, but it wasn't a big hit. But all the reviewers said it was one of the best sci-fi films they'd ever seen. Yeah. Oh yeah. It
Do we
does
have
look a
a
lot like
KK Chatterbox?
a bird nest, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, the buckets have also a lot in common with tree hollows.
Yeah, they do. Seeing a lot of nesting behavior lately. So
Mm. It's
Pippa's
really
not.
a wonderful nest, KK.
It is,
Just no females to sit in it.
but he's got a hooker in there. It's a hook anyway. He's playing with it.
So Rosebud is getting more confused and is not into sci-fi.
Oh, there's some good sci-fi out there. If you haven't seen Blade Runner, that's a definite movie you should see. Um, Loosely based on Philip K. Dick's um, "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?" One of my favorite short stories. I'm into everything. If it's well done, I like it. But some of that sci-fi is pretty amazing. This one is just a great ride. Just keeps you going all the way through. Does have some funny scenes in it too, which is unusual in a sci-fi. But you gonna keep hitting me on the head with that thing? I have other choices. Yeah, not necessarily ones that I want. So Mango's he's doing well, but I've avoided the stress because we know that stress can cause AGN. So, and I'm going on the theory that everybody has ABV, that everyone's got it, and the test doesn't tell you anything. It can tell you if it's shedding, but it doesn't always shed. So the test is almost a dumb thing to give a bird now. But so there's two reasons for not stressing him. One is I want him to be able to sit on my hand, which is something he doesn't do. Um, and in order to do that, I have to build trust. And I don't want him to stress out because I obviously don't want him to get sick either. He'll be getting his AGN test along with KK getting retested in February. I put it off because right now, if the doc came here and had to manhandle him to take his blood, well, that's going to set him way back. So I don't want that to happen. But once he's, thank you, Cecil. Yeah, well, sooner or later.
Did he get you?
Yeah, he sure did.
Oh, Cecil. He's on top form lately.
Yep.
So Rosebud would like to know if there's anyone in it she might know.
Yeah, there is, but I don't want to give the whole ship away. Uh, maybe by reference to another movie. There's an actor in it who was in Blue Velvet. That same actor was also in Dune, the original, not that piece of junk put out by Villanova. I wish I could erase that. I mean, I got it to look at it, and when I got to the scene where the planetologist gets is supposed to meet Paul, and I went, "You got to be kidding me! That's who you chose for an actor for this part? I'm done," and I turned it off. So horrible movie. Wouldn't didn't finish it. Don't want to watch it. But he was in the first version, which because it was so short, couldn't really do justice. But it did a heck of a lot better job than Villanova did in two movies. Of course, they'd say he did a good. Hey, you two. Hey, Snowball. Snowball. Leave her alone. Snowball. Snowball. Stop it. Leave her alone.
Is he admiring one of the pinks? Miss Sugar a little bit too much, huh? Or is it Miss Jessie? Looks more
He's
like
a
Miss
stalker.
Jessie.
No,
Stalker ball.
that's Sugar. She's telling him, get away from me.
Sugar?
Get out of there. Snowball. Leave her alone. Go over here. Stop it. Leave her alone. You quit pooping on me. Yeah, one of the reviews I saw on that movie was said it's the greatest science fiction movie you've never seen.
Well, that's Sugar.
Jazzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sugar's just sitting here.
Okay, Rosebud says that Help Zero never saw Blue Velvet, and Falcons says, if it's not Star Trek, I don't have a chance, lol.
Yeah, that's because it's the greatest science fiction movie you've never seen, to quote that one reviewer. Okay, so you guys are guessing. Let me think. One of the actors is Kyle MacLachlan. Oh, big boy. How you doing, KK? So Solas is doing great, but it's a slow move. I'm not moving quickly with him. Once he gets into the bigger cage, I will start moving, doing a little more with him. Not moving faster, but just as it is, I interact with him about 20, 30 times a day. But now I will increase that so that I stop there more frequently on the way by his cage. It was a little hard to figure out where I was going to put that cage too, because it's not going to fit against that window with the other two cages there. And I don't want to move. I don't want to move Mander. or Romeo. So that means I'm going to move a television. That's going to be fun. But what are you doing? Hi. No, you're not going to do that. I'd rather you chew on me than chew on the chair because the chair will fall apart. No, no, no. We're not doing that. Nope. Hey, you. Come here. Stop that. No, we're not going to chew on that. Come here. No. You who? No. We're not going to chew on the chair and make it come apart. That's not going to happen, okay? You're a good bird, and I don't blame you for wanting to chew on something. You can chew it off, but these kinds of chairs are hard to find now. So for some reason, they don't make this kind of chair, and most of them they will just chew up. This particular plastic is harder for them to chew, but also seems to be impossible to find. I have to keep fixing it when it falls apart. What are you doing? Hmm? Come on, picture. Yeah, he's cooking. Sorry, bird. Now that one reviewer was right. One of the greatest science fiction movie you've never seen. I hear you. I know a few science fiction movies nobody's ever seen. I mean, I've mentioned them, and then people look at me with those cow eyes, like, "Moo, I've never heard of that." Videodrome is another one most people haven't heard. But James Woods and Deborah Harry of all people. So I haven't assumed that what I was told about him is true. That's something you don't ever want to do with a bird. So I was told he likes big chunks of banana with the peel left on. So I've been giving him little slices with the peel left on. And I stand by his cage and I hold up an apple, a piece of apple, or I hold up a piece of banana. And I say, Solas, Solas, you want? Solas, what? And if he steps forward, comes my way, then I take a step forward. And then if he leans more forward, I take another step forward. And then I open his cage and I put my hand up to him. He takes it. I walk back a step and he'll hold on to it. I walk back another step and he'll hold on to it. And then, I'll keep doing that. And then when I finally walk far enough away, he'll start eating it. So, but it's gotten to the point now where I can stay in the room and he'll eat. Now I've been told that he would come over and take food off people's plates and that kind of thing. I heard that, but that's not the kind of behavior we want. So it's not, and that's when he's been running around in charge of the place. It's not going to work for him, and he's not really in charge. He's just staying away from the humans, and he will get brave enough to come up and get something as long as he doesn't have to get too close. So. And you do all this work and you finally get to the point where they're comfortable and it only takes one person to screw it up. Had happened with Romeo. I took Romeo over to a good friend's house and she's always been really good with the birds. I left the room for about 30 seconds. I came back in and he was Mr. Scaredy Cat again. And I don't know what happened and I couldn't get anything out of her. Didn't see anything. Well, what she perceives as a problem and what Romeo perceives as a problem are going to be two different things. So with Romeo now, if ever get him to that point where I can take him out to places again, I will never leave the room. If I have to go use the bathroom, he's coming with me. I'm not going to take that chance again because it's taken a long time to get. Took me a few months to get him comfortable with just sitting with me, and now getting him to come out here, which he'll do about once a week now. That took way too long. So, but you have to work at it, and he's coming along. He's talking to me now. When he wants a treat, he'll start singing. He basically goes like that. And I do it back to him. If he keeps doing it for a little while, we do it back and forth. Then I come over and show him what I have. This is an apple. Do you want the apple? Basically. Then, based on his body language, whether he steps forward or if he's playing with a toy or something, if he keeps playing with the toy, I'll walk away. So it's slow going. We have this tendency to want to rush. It's part of humanity is we think we can do everything right now, but you can't. With ABA and a bird like that that's obviously scared to death of humans, but does a good job of hiding it. It's pretty obvious, doesn't want to be touched, but will like to eat. So give him enough space where he can get over and grab something and he run away, he'll do it. But getting that trust together is what I'm working on. Right? KK? I wish this thing would lock in position. You can't lock it. So whenever I move the phone around, it'll bounce all over the place as far as the screen goes.
Kick that leg.
Okay.
Yeah, so much fun.
And I'd like to show him to you guys, but he has a thing about cameras too. So I have some video of him, but again, it seems like every time I sit down at the computer, Tim Cook's done something stupid again. So I used to deal with that when I had Windows,
Right.
and when I gave up Windows, that was no longer a problem. But now we're back at it again. So speaking of being back at it,
Falkinson says, I think KK's trying to lay an egg.
Yeah, he wishes he could.
yeah, I don't think he's going to do that.
Hard time. And then we have Jam and Jamie in the chat and Giselle.
Hello.
Hello.
And Giselle would like to know how old is Solas?
No idea.
I
I don't
guess
think
if he's
any.
wild caught, he must be not that young.
Well, you don't know. I mean, technically, it's illegal, and they don't get away with it terribly often. But they do chop down trees and then steal the young.
They definitely still do it. I have no idea how much end up in the US or in Europe, but there are definitely all around the world still markets for that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I had somebody say that when they had a bird with feather destructive, well, my bird's a wild caught, so it can't be that. I said, do you know how they catch them? They chop the trees down and take the young. And if the parents try to protect their young, they trap them too. In Indonesia, of course, the Indonesian Parrot Project works against that. They catch these people doing it, and then they threaten them with like a long prison sentence or go to work for us. So, and they become rescuers instead of bird thieves. Instead of entrapping these poor guys. What are you doing? Hmm? Having fun in there? Isn't that your nest? Right now, I know he likes apples, mangoes. He likes walnuts in the shell. I'm not fond of that, but that's what he likes. He likes my birdie bread. That's the first thing he goes for.
Everybody loves the birdie bread.
Oh, Cecil's getting picky now. He's throwing it out. I don't know. I mean, I added a lot more nuts to it, and the other birds like it better, and now he doesn't like it as much. So I don't know. Don't know about him.
What a contrarian.
Yeah, he's always been a bit of that, haven't you, Cecil? You guys are all pretty quiet in here.
Okay, we have confusion in the chat. Are Solas and Mango two different birds? Do you want to explain, Don?
He has a problem with his name. You don't want to
Okay,
change the name. You don't want to
the
change the
the
name.
bird arrived 2 weeks ago with the name Mango, but it looks like that the bird associates with that name really bad memories, and therefore we approached a name change.
Yeah,
So yes, it's the same bird.
it's the same bird. Yeah, basically, anyone who tries to call him that his old name face to face, I will have someone disembowel them. I mean, it made it pretty clear I don't want him to ever hear that name again. Um, his eyes will go out of round, and then he looks at you with this piercing look, like, well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a good look when he hears that name. So it's gone. You're chewing up the chair again. No, we're not going to chew that up because then I will fall on my rear, and we would prefer that not to be the case. You don't know that, but that's what would happen.
Sorry, that was Sunny blowing a raspberry. I was going to ask, what if you're going to feed him the fruit? What do you call it then?
I actually won't be bringing any of that in. So there's
Uh,
no, yeah, that way there's no problems. And they don't need that anyway. Papaya, there's a good excuse to give them because of the enzymes in it, but mango doesn't actually have um, any special dietary positives. So just not going to bring any of that in. He likes the new name. I mean, he responds to it already. So he responded to the other name, but that's like going into into a bar and you say something and someone hits you in the face. It has that kind of feel to it when you say it. So I was able to see in the videos too how much he dislikes it. So, and this one, it's a soft name. You know, an M, an N, and a G do not make for a soft name. So actually, it's about as soft as Cecil. Mm. Cecil's an awfully soft name for such a terror of a bird. Where you going, Lucy? What's up, Luce? Lucy, what are you doing? You talking to me? You talking to me? Yeah, about the worst case scenario you can get to is a bird that's just let loose all the time. Mander was that way when I got him. He hadn't been in a cage for 6 months. This one hasn't been in a cage for, you know, what, 10 years except to sleep. And Mander was not even in a cage to sleep.
Hi, Shuggy.
Hello, beautiful. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, so everybody's given up on the movie. So if I say this and nobody gets it, then you don't want to be in a wheelchair in the park when you're watching this movie, and don't listen to country music.
I think Sunny knows, but she can't talk.
Yeah,
She's just going, oh wow, oh wow.
I bet she does now.
Oh, and she's blowing raspberries again. It's kind of annoying because I'm sure I've heard you talk about this movie, but I just can't bring it to mind what it's called.
It's one of those things that's just hidden in your mind, right? It's hard to talk about things that are hidden.
Is it
But
called
then,
The
huh?
Hidden or something?
It is called The Hidden. Yes.
That was just a guess. I didn't know that that was a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Sweetie,
hard
give
to.
me my phone back.
It is extremely difficult to get critics to say good things about horror movies or sci-fi horror. This is more. It's more sci-fi than horror, but there is quite a bit of violence in it. But that's because this thing from another planet is not exactly Mr. Friendly.
Falcon Zoo has never heard of it.
You gotta like an evil creature from an oh no, not the bees again. They're looking for a home. Um, we had a big excursion of bees yesterday or day before yesterday, actually, because they're trying to find they're trying to make a new hive somewhere. They're not aggressive when they're like that, but you want to shoo them away because obviously you don't want to make a hive around your home. No, you're not eating the chair. No, you're not doing that. What is with you in this? Stop chewing on that. Let's not do
Maybe
that.
he wants you to sit rather in the bucket than on the chair.
I'll be sitting on the concrete if he keeps that up. You need to stop that. Here.
I think it would make his day if Don got into the bucket and laid an egg.
Yep.
Gonna put this over there and try to keep you off that way. That's the other way of doing it.
He's really
Yeah.
trying hard.
Yeah, he's just determined to tear all that off there. No, we're not gonna do no, don't give me that. You're not gonna do it. Stop it, you monster. I need a place to sit. Come on. Yeah, you have to like a bad guy that listens to punk rock music and likes to drive Ferraris. And he doesn't care how he gets a Ferrari either. Um, so nobody's seen it. I'm not surprised. You know, the fact that it got critical acclaim is the scary part. That's something that just doesn't happen with those kind of movies. Will you stop? You can't have it. No, you can't have it. No, I'm not going to let you chew the chair up. Hey, you're a nut. You know that? No, you're not going to do it. Cut it out. Hey, Kay, stop. Isn't there something you'd rather do? Mm, hi. You're just fixated, aren't you? Find some other way to get in there. Uh huh. What a bird. So if anybody actually takes the time to watch that movie, let me know what you think. I've been impressed. Now, KK has been watching, he started out watching just Parrot TV. Okay. And then I put on soft movies, movies that, that don't have any violence in them, like The Goodbye Girl, Shadowlands. Um, then I went to a little bit tougher, like The Breakfast Club, because there's some yelling and stuff like that in the movie. Today he watched, oh, why is my brain going blank on the name of that movie?
You're hypnotized by Sugar's Dumbo ears.
Apparently, yeah. Um, hmm, that's funny. I can't, it won't come back. Yeah, I know enough about movies to know as I'm scaling him up a little bit each time so that in this movie there is a little yelling in the beginning, but it's mostly a quiet movie, and then at the end there's some positive yelling. So in other words, I'm getting him used to the idea that humans make noise and it's not necessarily for a bad reason. Um, Storylines that visually the storylines are more positive through the majority of the film. I mean, The Goodbye Girl, there really isn't anything in there that's going to upset him. But when you get to this movie, which the name of it will come back to me eventually, but scaling him up little by little, so he gets to see things that are a little more eye catching, but he realizes they're harmless. He's almost ready to watch An Officer and a Gentleman. I mean, that's got a couple of, it has a fight scene in it. Um, and but this is it. You want to slowly move it and watch their reaction too. Um, and his reaction's been positive. I've been moving him along a little bit more, a little bit more. When he first got here, it was Parrot Town TV. That was it. And he still gets some of that early in the morning, late in the night. But then we're going to more different fare for his eyes and his ears. So you having fun, Mr. Destructo? Are you having fun? It's all part of the desensitization process. He's seeing, and of course they don't see the TV or the movies the way we do. And these are some of them are 60 frames per second, so they look more like reality, but still not to a bird because their vision is so much better than ours. But give them an idea that it can be safe to be around loud noises from humans and certain behaviors. Um, and eventually he'll be able to watch pretty much anything. It'll just be something to put his eyes on for a little bit and then go on doing what he's doing. So that's the idea, to keep him from being bored. right now it's desensitizing him to humans talking, even though he's been around other humans. Um, every little thing I do around him, I have to watch it to make sure that it serves some kind of purpose to make him a little less sensitive to human presence. He's definitely not ready for apocalypse now. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, Cecil. What a face. What a Cecil face. What a Cecil face. How many words a minute do you type?
Sorry?
How many words a minute do you type?
Words.
Yeah,
I have no
WP.
idea. I have to go to one of these websites and ask. I type.
I got up to 90
Yes,
words a minute. So
sometimes I type a little bit louder.
it's okay. We don't mind. Ah, now I used to type when I was taking. I took typing in high school. Yeah, they used to teach you on a manual typewriter without any. The keys were blank. So I learned on what they called an underwood, and you have to press those keys terribly hard, but you have to try to keep it even. Otherwise, it spread the ink on the page. One letter would be dark, an extra letter would be light. I never got beyond 35 words a minute. And then I got into computer science, and I wanted to play Star Trek on their big mainframe computer, which was just X's and O's on a screen made out of dots, but literally made out of periods. And so I got up to where I was typing 90 words a minute so I could get everything in my classwork done and then sit down and play Star Trek. So, so I got up pretty fast. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, the movie he was watching this morning was Scent of a Woman. It's got the scene in the beginning where he's yelling at the young kid, and then there's that scene at the end where he's yelling at the school, what the school's doing to this kid. So, in other words, I'm just stepping it up little by little so he gets used to loud human voices and things don't disturb him so much. And he did really well watching that this morning. I watched when those scenes were up how he reacted. So he was playing with toys and looking at it like nothing was happening. So when he first came in, he was pretty scared. You could tell because he'd stay in that protected area.
Don, have you
Oh,
seen Das Boot?
ja, ich habe es gesehen.
Okay. Falkensu has watched it with English subtitles, so she gets the full German feeling, I guess. Well, sometimes it's actually pretty funny to watch movies in the original language. I mean, I sometimes do yoga to a channel who is from Japan. So basically, I'm listening to it in Japanese, and it's relaxing.
I tend to watch movies in the language they were produced in. La Cage aux Folles, even though I'm not fond of French, I never watch that in English. Um, I don't get to watch movies much anymore, but if I watched it, there isn't a good English dub on that. One of the few that's dubbed well, but and I did, but I watch it in French with subtitles.
Mm.
And I watched Das Boot the first time. Das Boot. I watched it without subtitles first, just in German, then went back and watched it. I got about a
Falcons
quarter
who
of it.
love submarine movies for some odd reason. Well, Donna, I love prison movies for some odd reason. He
Yeah.
always makes jokes about that.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're not watching prison movies with Sylvester Stallone, that's okay. Um,
No. I could watch it
well,
with the boccies. They wouldn't be impressed, not the least.
I hope somebody watches The Hidden and they can come back and give a review of it. But if you like action with some humor and a good sci-fi movie, that's one. If you want to watch a horror movie that will frighten you and leave you with bad dreams, then Videodrome's a good one. Or the original, the 1984 with Richard Burton and John Hurt. I read that book when I was in high school, and it's the only book that ever gave me nightmares was that one because it's too close to reality, and it's pretty much come true as of today. Could you tell me all about it? Because I don't know about it. Could you explain it to me?
Oh,
KK?
car drives by.
KK
Nobody's
Bird?
ringing the alarm. That's because Bob isn't out. Babaloo is the
Yeah,
car spotter.
he's a funny one too. I have to bring him out I can't bring him out too late in the day because when the sun starts to go down, he won't shut up. He just goes off because he just does the night routine. Scream, 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 scream. He doesn't do it in the house, but he does it out here.
Isn't
So
that a natural urge that they
yeah,
start
it is. It
calling
is.
in the evening?
There's no way you can. If a bird does that, they're just doing what's natural. You can't really quiet it. That's why you just let that one go. But I'll get him in my lap, and sometimes I can get him to be a little quiet while he's in my lap. And if I have to bring him out too late, but the days are going to keep getting shorter until the 21st. So,
Mm-hmm. Couple more days to go.
yep. IKK. What are you guys doing up there? Such good birds.
They are.
It'll be nice when I can get Solas out here, but
Shuggy. Look at her feathers.
oh, she had a feather. She had pulled it out this morning, but she had one of her old feathers that was coming out, and she was in a mood this morning because of it. And she finally just reached over and yanked it out because it was old and had to go.
Mm.
Just dangling by a thread anyway, but she didn't want me to mess with it. She's that way. Let me do it. I do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Miss Scarlett?
Scarlet would be a beautiful name for her.
I
But I
would.
like Sugar.
I do. Scarlett would fit her personality, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rhett. Rhett.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a good movie for Solas. Maybe I'll put that one on next. It, it, yeah, it has a little bit, there's a little bit of fire in it, a little bit of this and that
Yeah,
might be
there are scenes.
But for the most part, it's just people talking.
Mm.
I think that might be my next movie I put on for him, maybe later today. Right, Luz?
The goose goose.
What a good girl. Don't you even think about it. He was starting to lift his tail. And I've got
Mhm.
KK's on my other arm, so I can't really move him.
Come on, sugar. Are you preening the Cecil? A little bit by accident, huh?
Just trying to get him to preen again.
I know,
But
but I think his hope is that she starts preening by accident, him, and then, oh no, next Moluccan in line.
I can't, Mander, it's almost, oh, it's time. Like, we've got to go anyway. I can
You
pet you
guys
because
are so needy.
I can put the phone away so I can pet you guys. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Learning a little bit more about Solas. You'll eventually get to see him. I am told he knows how to preen other birds, so that will be different. A Moluccan that preens.
Oh yeah, Giselle just refers to another submarine movie with Sean Connery in it,
Hmm.
and the
Red
name
October.
contains, yeah, something with red. So Tom is great.
Red October. Yeah, that's a
There
good
you got
movie.
it, Giselle. So thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And we're going to head out, right? KK the bird. Yeah. Say bye. Say bye. Yeah. Thanks, Amy and Eleanor, for moderating, and we're out of here.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.